Hey everybody, welcome to a Cricut craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time. Hit the bell icon, that'll alert you to when I post a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to do these really adorable dollar store Easter buckets. They're super simple, super fun, and you can be very, very creative with them. For the project, we just used two colors of regular 651 vinyl and then a printed 651 vinyl, and then some just little puff balls from the craft store for the little bunny tails, and a Dollar Tree bucket. So let's get over to Design Space and I'll show you how we can make all of this. We're going to use some bunnies that I already have from a previous project to do this. So I've already loaded them in here, but I'm going to make our template just so we know what space we're working with. I'm just going to open up a square. Unlock the square with this little lock in the lower left-hand corner. And I know I have about 7 inches wide and about 5 inches tall to fit everything I want to fit. So it just gives us an idea of the sizing that we can do with our project. Now I'm going to right-click on my square and I'm going to move it to or send to back. And what that does, it just puts it behind everything so that we can get an idea of our spacing and our sizing for all of our other items that we're going to put on here. So I'm going to make the bunnies a little bit bigger, but not too big. We don't want huge bunnies. And remember, we're going to put those little puff balls on their tails, so they're going to be really cute. And you want to make sure that you leave enough space for the child's name. So let's move them down a little bit. I'm going to open up a shape, and I'm going to do a circle. And I'm going to unlock my circle, because I want to make it kind of an egg shape, because this is going to be done with that patterned vinyl. So you just want to make sure that you get an egg shape. Now I'm going to change the color of my egg so I can see it better against the gray template. That's way too big, so we'll just kind of resize it down. And we'll do like that. I think that's a pretty good size. I'm going to duplicate him, and I'm going to leave him locked because I'm going to make one more egg a little bit bigger than him. And I may end up putting these in different spaces, so you just play around with it. See how you want your design laid out, and then you can go from there as to how your design's going to look. But I think that's kind of cute, although I don't like the smaller egg anymore. I'm going to do both eggs the same size. So let's just duplicate the bigger egg, and we'll put the bigger egg over here, and we'll just have them duplicated. Now we need to add our name, and we're going to make this bucket for Sarah. Now this is for a little girl, so you can use pretty much any font you want, but I like to find a fun font for kids. Some of my favorites are the unicorn ones. I also like Black Butter. That one is really cute for kids. This one is adorable, and it's easy to read, which is something for me I always find important when you're doing a child's item. You want them to be able to see and read their name, just like you or I would read their name. So let's change the colors on a few things so we can see it better. So we're using kind of a limey green bucket because it's all I had. So we'll just make that limey green. The bunnies are going to be a gray color. These guys are going to be lavender. Now I've realized they look very much the same in here, and I might have, okay, there we go, lavender. And then our little girl's name is going to be in the color, in a purple color that matches our lavender, but this will give us kind of an idea of what we're looking at, because this is going to be a chevron print like you saw, so it's going to look a little bit different. But I think this is pretty cute, pretty simple. You don't need to go too crazy with these. You could add polka dots or more flowers or whatever you want to add to this, but we're going to do this way so you guys can see our use with the printed vinyl, which is really fun. So we'll go ahead and get rid of our big square. We don't need it because it is just a template. We'll go ahead and click Make It, and it's going to show us the couple things we need to cut. So we need our gray for our bunnies. This is the purple or lavender for our name, and then this purple is actually going to be our printed vinyl. So let's get started cutting out a few things. Make sure that you know which color you're cutting out first, so we know that we're cutting out our gray rabbits first, so you'll load your mat with your gray. Now we are using the maker for this project. So when you go to click Make It, it'll ask you for what material you're going to use. And on these, you just select vinyl. Even with the printed vinyl, you can just cut it on regular vinyl. So let's get over to the machine and we can start cutting out. So we loaded our mat with the gray, and we're just going to load this in Click the load button. Now, obviously, I've used this gray before for a couple other things, so this is more of like a scrap of gray, but it's fine. We have our other vinyl out, and I laid it out on my table in the order it's going to cut. So my purple goes on top, and then the chevron on the bottom, because that's going to be our bottom-most layer. So we're going to let this cut out. I won't make you guys watch the whole thing, but we'll speed it up for you. Before we can apply our vinyl, you want to make sure that you clean your item with some rubbing alcohol. You can get this at Walmart, drugstores, it's super cheap. But you want to do this with each of your projects before you place vinyl on them. It helps get the any dust or oils off of your surface. So you want to just wipe that down. I set that to the side. And for this project, I'm going to just use some contact paper from the Dollar Tree. I don't usually use anything too crazy when I do these types of projects because you don't really need anything. So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. And we'll start with the rabbits first. And you're just going to take your contact paper and peel it off. Let me put it over so you can see here. Just peel your contact paper off and you're going to lay it on your bunny rabbits. You just want to make sure that it covers them. So once you've covered your whole thing, you're going to use a squeegee, which I forgot to grab. Let me grab mine. You're just going to use a squeegee. You can use a credit card. I got this one from 651 Vinyl for I think like $2. Super cheap. But you want to make sure you press down. You really want to make sure on these little tail pieces right here that they come and stick. So what I like to do is I will actually peel the backing away from the vinyl versus peeling the transfer tape from the off, because I just find this way works a little bit better. So I just take it and flip it over, and then that's all you gotta do. It's real simple, super easy. Let me move you guys just a little bit so that we can get to our bucket here. So with our bunny rabbits, I'm just gonna place them semi-centered on the bucket. Now this is an awkward angle to be working at for me, just an FYI. But I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Again, you just kind of eyeball center. It doesn't have to be exact. No one will notice. But I just center it based on where the handles are. And again, this probably isn't perfect, but again, I'm trying to do this at kind of a weird angle. So take your scraper, again, and press down. And then take your transfer tape and gently peel it off. Now, I will say the vinyl really likes to stick to these buckets, which is great. And again, this is from the Dollar Tree, so you can get these really inexpensive. We're going to go ahead and do the name next. I'm just going to use the same piece of transfer tape. I don't like to waste my transfer tape, so I'm just going to use the same piece. Same thing, press down right on the name, and then flip it over and peel the backing away from the vinyl. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see what I do. But there, simple, easy, very quick little task. So when you place this one, the H and the S are pretty much at the same height. So what I'm going to do is actually use the center of the bunny ears as the R center. And then I'm just going to try to use these lines on the bucket to sort of get that name nice and so we're just going to press the name on, peel it off. So we're almost done because all we've left are our cute little eggs. Now obviously if you wanted to change the way you have these placed, you can do that anytime you want. The eggs are going to be pretty simple because they're such a big piece. So we'll just do those really fast. Again, I just peel away from the backing. And then I'm just going to place my eggs. Now, I think I'm going to change the way I have my eggs placed. I think I'm going to actually do it this way. I think I'm going to actually place them like this. Again, these are yours. Do what you want with them. Change your design as you're going. It doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason. You don't have to do it exactly the way you had it. Set it up in design space. So we'll just do the other egg. And I'm going to flip the other egg the same way so that the chevrons are going in the same way. And place that on there. And your bucket is done. Guys, these are so easy, a really cheap, fun craft to do. These sell amazing at Easter time because everybody likes their own personalized buckets. So they're really fun, really easy to do. The bucket, again, from the Dollar Tree. This is 651 vinyl that I used for all the pieces and parts. And we're going to get some hot melt glue, and we're going to put these little pom-poms on because I think that would just make them extra cute. So I just got these pom-poms from Hobby Lobby. So let's get the hot melt glue gun going, and I'll show you real quick. Got my puff balls ready. Now, I like a good big puff for a bunny tail, so I'm using pretty big ones, but you can use whatever size you want. And we're just going to stick some hot melt glue right on the puff ball, and then I'm just going to stick it right to the bunny butt. Now with these, I want to make sure they sit down low enough that you can still see that it's a bunny rabbit. This one's a little bit tough because his ears kind of hang low. But you want to make sure with the other ones that you are putting them low enough that you can tell that he's a bunny. So we'll just make sure that one sits a little bit lower. And then this one, and this is, like I said, a super easy project. You could actually do this with your kids if you wanted to. Let them choose their designs. And we'll just stick this one right there. Oops, I didn't put that one over far enough. May need to glue him down a little bit better. I didn't quite get enough glue on that one, so let me add just a little bit of glue right to the bunny, and we'll just lay that down because I didn't put quite enough glue on that one to get it to stick down. Alright, and here is our finished product. Now again, you guys could leave these off and just leave them how you want. I like bunny butts. I think these are so cute, and they just add a little extra flair. And especially for a little girl, they're so soft and fluffy. I hope you guys had a fun time learning how to make this project. It's a really easy project to make, and again, you can share this fun time with your kids if they already, you know, are old enough that they can make their own pail. Or, hey, these make great, again, sales for Easter time. Parents go crazy for them. A bucket like this usually sells for about $8 total, depending on how much work you really put into it. If you add anything to it, you can do pre-made buckets, which are really great too. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I put out new videos all the time. If you hit the bell icon, it will alert you to when I post a new video. I hope you guys had a really fun time learning how to make this really cute Easter bucket, and happy crafting.